What's up, Barbarians? First, I would like to say thank you for clicking on this video. Rend is not a S, A, or B tier skill, and yet every season, because it is my favorite, I have to make a Rend build. This is the best season for Rend, but Rend still needs a lot of love. Unfortunately, the new Saber of Tassagal does help, but is not enough. Rend is capable of doing everything in Torment 4. You can do Lair bosses. Mind you, it isn't the fastest at Lair bosses. We can still kill them no problem. This is more of a build if you just really enjoy the skill. Because really, the best Barbarian build is way more fun. We're going to show off Pit 85. I do have my attack speed potion on, which I always use. We actually don't need anything else. We can still use Soothing Spice, or you could do Ancient Times. I'm just going to do this for the experience. And as you see, we are still topped out. But if you want a pit push with Rend, which doesn't make sense, definitely put on Ancient Times. Pit 85 is honestly not a problem for Rend. It's bossing. Bossing has always been the downfall, and it still is. It does this pretty decent, not compared to Flay, of course, but compared to other seasons. This is the most powerful Rend we have to date with all the changes to the game. Rend still needs love, though. Still. Unfortunately, you need 3 mythics to even make this Pit 85 viable. That's a problem. Because by then, if you are using my best Barbarian build with the Dust Devils and the Earthquakes, we'd be like halfway done this pit already. Pit 85 is legit no problem for that build. And here, it's pretty slow moving. But it can still do it. So the only reason to play this is because you love Rend. That's why I'm playing it. I have to test Rend every single season. So for all you Rend lovers out there, don't worry. Every season, I will try. I will try. I will see what this build can do. I will build it to the best of my capabilities. And I will probably always be disappointed. But that's okay, because if no one plays it besides me, who knows? Maybe it'll actually get a buff? I have no idea. It'd be nice for this skill to work a little bit better. And it does work nice now with Pit 85 with the 3 mythics. But look at Flay. You don't need 3 mythics to play Flay. And Flay does so much better. Because of that, there's still no reason to play Rend. But I do appreciate you watching the video, and at least watching this. I think Rend just needs a rework completely. I mean, we could bump up the damage numbers again, but when you compare it to Flay, there's still no reason to play this. And if you bump the damage numbers up too high, you might have to use Rend for leveling, because it would be good. But for some reason, they don't want that. Okay, 7.5 minutes left. And that's pretty decent for Pit 85. But this is Rend's downfall, is the bossing. Pit bosses have way too much health for Rend. And it just takes a while to kill bosses. We need a good aspect for our Rend. That's all there is to it. We need a good aspect that will help Rend and not make this such a slog. Otherwise, okay, we died at the boss and we had quarter health left on this boss. So I had to edit that out. I'm gonna show where we actually made it to the boss. We had 7 minutes and 45 seconds to complete it. That's how long it takes to actually do the boss fight. And this is always Rend's downfall right here. It sucks at bossing. We need some better aspects for Rend. The moon rising aspect for Flay is amazing. And Rend doesn't have an aspect to give it that big damage bump. Unlike Flay. Or unlike all basic skills, really. Because of that, Rend is always going to be lacking. Always. We don't really have a good damage over time aspect. I know we have Creeping Death, but with Creeping Death, if they're not stunned like they are here, you don't get the bonus. And Bleed does not stun very well. It does not stagger very well. We'll only get that twice if we literally spam Steel Grasp, or if we had to put in Ground Stomp or something. But you have to keep spamming it, and you still only get it twice. So you're going to have a small damage window where Creeping Death would deal more damage, and it's just not worth it. If you had even Inner Calm, where we stand still most of the time rending, that would be a better aspect than Creeping Death. See, this is the second time, and this will be the last time. So you have a couple seconds of a window to deal more damage with Creeping Death. Not good enough. I don't know why they don't want to upgrade Rend. Maybe one day, who knows. So then we're going to show off how long it takes for Flay to do Pit 85 boss. Quite a distinct difference. That almost killed us again. That would have been really bad. There we go. So 9 minutes and 20 seconds left. And watch how fast Flay kills this boss. So far so good, really. We're gonna be done this in no time. And then compare that to Rend. There's literally just no comparison. Like zero. Look at this. This boss fight's didn't even take a minute yet. And we can probably rupture. There we go. Boss fight took under a minute. Rend in the same pit tier. Different boss, of course. 3 minutes. The difference between Rend and Flay is very substantial. We have the Harlequin Crest, Lochran's Talisman, which scales very well with the Grandfather. Ring of the Ravenous. I got really lucky with this one with the greater affix on ranks to Rend. And the duration increase is great. Rage of Haragath, Magnum Opus, aspect of Earthquakes on our two-hander with a triple masterworking on chance for Rend to hit twice. Our chance for Rend to hit twice is 96.3 with Vehement Brawlers, Saber of Tassagal, Grandfather, Ring of Starless Skies, Wanton's Rupture, and for survivability, we need the Iron Warrior. You can use the Air of Perdition. The Air of Perdition is not as good in my opinion. Yes, if you look at the damage of Rend, it does almost double. But for some reason, it does less damage. And Air of Perdition is overkill where we already have 100% critical strike chance maxed out. Use either of these helmets. I prefer the Harlequin Crest. I really love Rend, and I really want Rend to be a good skill. And showing the difference between Flay and Rend, I think is really good because it shows how far ahead Flay actually is and why there's no reason to play Rend. Even with the best items in the game, the Grandfather, Ring of Starless Skies, Harlequin Crest, or Air of Perdition, with a perfectly rolled Ring of the Ravenous. Only way this would be better is if we had all our masterworkings hit on ranks to Rend. But would it really make that much of a difference? I don't think so. And of course, Flay is better for a couple of reasons. One, Hooves of the Mountain God, the Moonrise aspect, Shard of Rathiel, and the Ring of Adaptability. These are all for basic skills. Because Flay's a basic skill, it's amazing. This is why I say Flay is literally Rend 2.0. For our skill points, we do put 2 points into Flay, and we take 7 points into Rend, into Violent Rend, 1 point into Pressure Point, for 3 points into Warpath, 3 points Tempered Fury for our Magnum Opus, 3 points in Imposing Presence, 3 points to Martial Vigor, 3 points for Iron Skin, for Tactical Iron Skin, 3 points to Swiftness, 2 points into Warcry. Always take Warcry with Rend because of Ring of the Ravenous, 3 points for Aggressive Resistance, 3 points to Prolific Fury, 3 points to Pit Fighter, 3 points to Slaying Strike, 1 point to Expose Vulnerability to make everything vulnerable all the time, 7 points into Rupture for Warrior's Rupture, 3 points to Cut to the Bone, 3 points to Steel Grasp, Warrior Steel Grasp, 1 point to Thick Skin, get 3 points to Counter Offensive, and 1 point to Irrepressible. Take 3 points into Heavy Handed, 3 points for Invigorating Fury, and if you have the Harlequin Crest, you only need 3 points into Wrath of the Berserker. If you don't have the Harlequin Crest, take these 3 points out of Invigorating Fury and put them into Wrath of the Berserker. Our key passive is Gushing Wounds. For the Paragon, our first board we have Might. Our second board is Carnage, where we take Ire. Our third board is Hemorrhage, where we take Disembowel. Our fourth board is Blood Rage, where we take Challenger. Our final board is Flawless Technique, where we take Wrath. This setup is very similar to Flay, and yet Flay does so much more damage because of the multipliers. I don't know if they're ever going to buff Rend, but every season, because it's my favorite, I will try to make the best Rend I can make. For our Chaos perks, we use Beast Cornered, Accelerating Chaos, Mired Guard, and Raging Chaos. I did try to use Single-Minded Fury, and it still is terrible. The reason why this is terrible is because the best way to scale bleed is with critical strike damage. Our critical strike damage right now is 6,000. We take off these 3 here. Now we're down to 3,700. With the Rend that deals so much bleed damage. Look at that. That's amazing. We no longer deal double damage because we need the Grandfather. And if we put these back on, our Rend does 1.5 million versus 13.5 million over 91 seconds. So that sounds really good. Let's just show off Pit 85 that we just did, just for a couple seconds to watch the difference. To make it a fair comparison, we are going to put back on our elixirs because they did pop off. Okay, let's see the difference. Okay, here we are, and we're just gonna go for a couple seconds. We are struggling to kill these people. It is taking quite a while. So we're losing so much damage that we cannot actually compete whatsoever. We just can't. Everything is the same. I just changed out Single-Minded Fury, and I just took off our multipliers from the other weapons. So if we actually use a regular sword, we would be able to have the aspect of Earthquakes. And we would be able to triple Masterwork. Rend deals double damage. Would that be enough? Maybe. We lose the massive multiplier of the Grandfather. And as you see, we're not really doing very well. Okay, so with Single-Minded Fury, did we do it? Yes. Is it same pit level? Yes. Is it 2 minutes slower? Absolutely. Does that mean bossing is going to be slower? Absolutely. We'll get to the end of the boss fight. I'll fast forward a bit here. And we're back. So if you see, I have not died yet. There's no death penalty there. And are we going to kill the boss in time? Yes. Did it take 6 minutes? Yeah, it did. So single-minded fury is just no good. This is a prime example. We are going to beat this boss, hopefully in the time. And I can only do one rupture, because if I rupture at the wrong time, we're not going to make it. But this boss fight literally took 6 minutes. Yeah, so we are going to make it. But look how long this took. Okay, I'm going to try to rupture right now. There we go. Single-minded fury is garbage for this season, no matter how you try it. It is worse in every way. The only way this is increased if there was a critical strike damage increase on this. If so, this would be absolutely amazing. Take out the overpower chance, put in even like a 50% multiplier. So it's like a half grandfather. This would be amazing, and bleed would be the best for season 10. I don't know if there's any hope for it left, but if you did enjoy the video, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to either do Frenzy, Upheaval, or Iron Maelstrom next. Out of those three, which one would you guys like to see? Leave a comment down below. Whichever one has the most votes, that's what I'll do next. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.